This is episode 259 of the Fearless Launching Show. I'm your host, Ann Samoilov, and today we're talking about another thing that I think is underrated and very effective in just getting people to know what you're up to. If there's one thing we're not doing enough of, it's first of all, not giving ourselves enough time leading up to a launch, but then we're not giving our people enough time to even know what we're up to. So here's one little thing that you can start doing. And you don't have to do it too far in advance, but you should do it at some point in the weeks before you launch. Yesterday, we talked about taking people behind the scenes and why that's important and so valuable. And you can do it in so many different ways, no matter what your business is. So today, we're going to talk about something else that I feel like we see people do. And even I do this, by the way. I see people do this and I'm like I get annoyed or something. That will sometimes happen where I'm annoyed that someone does this. But the truth is, if I'm that person's person, if I'm that person's ideal customer, because on the times when someone has said, hey, this is happening, I'm excited that they've given me advance notice. And that's what it is. It's giving people that, hey, we're going to be doing this thing soon. The only time that it's going to trigger you. So if you're one of the people who's like, I don't want to tell people something's coming soon. That's kind of annoying. That's kind of like obvious. Like, yeah, yes, and yes. It's going to annoy some people who whatever you offer to the world isn't something that they need. But for those people who wanted to know, like, when is that going to happen? They're going to be grateful that you gave them the heads up, because if you are a coach, if you are doing a coaching program, a mastermind, an online course, those things don't cost like $5. Normal people have to plan for $1,000 purchases. Let's say if it's an online course. And I always remind myself of that, because we get into this world of buying things online and buying courses and stuff. And then we forget that $1,000 purchases aren't necessarily the norm in everyday life, or $2,000 purchases. So giving people that heads up, give them the heads up, like, hey, I'm going to be doing this soon. This is going to be coming. Let them know it's coming. And maybe you'll get some questions about the price. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll get questions about what it's all about in advance. The point is, you're giving people a heads up. You're giving people the opportunity to figure out, like, oh, what is this going to be? And that helps them get excited. It helps really activate that desire part of themselves. Now, I can give you a really great example of this. And it was a couple years ago. I had known about Stu McLaren's Tribe program. I knew about that in advance, but I didn't take it the first time around. And I was like, dang, I should have taken it. This sounds really good. And so January of the year that I enrolled, I was like, when is this coming out? Like, I was literally hunting it down. And finally, I found something to get on a wait list, but I was like chomping at the bit. So when he finally started showing and sharing behind the scenes of, oh my goodness, of course this is going to come on. Hold on. Thank you. When he finally started sharing success stories in Tribe, when he started sharing the waitlist page, I was like, okay, we're coming soon. And then finally he announced a date and I was like ready to go. So you can tease it. You don't have to say a specific date. You can say, hey, we're working on this. This is coming soon. Get on the wait list. You don't even have to tell people the wait list. You could just tell people something's coming. And you can decide how you want to do that. You can be a complete tease and be someone who's like, well, it might be coming sometime soon. And then maybe you just mention it every now and then. And people are like, what is that? She keeps mentioning that, but she hasn't said anything about it. So you can use that element of mystery and surprise. But at some point, I want you to just say, hey, I'm working on this thing. It's coming soon. I'm creating this thing for you. What is going on up there? Anyways, so I'm going to use this opportunity. Now, I don't have a date for something, but I am opening applications again for something that I'm doing. And I told you this wasn't a series that's going to sell anything, but I gotta be honest. I'm like, well, I gotta let people know it's actually coming soon. There's no waitlist page yet. There's no nothing, but we're doing a second round of my launch incubator. It's going to start in April, and that's when the first one of the year wraps up. And so then we're just going to move into our next 3-month period. I can't wait to tell you all about it, but there's nothing you can do right now. You can't do anything. You can just watch this video and say, what is that? Don't worry. I will tell you soon in a completely different format outside of this lovely little Launch Love challenge. Okay, so now it's your turn. Find a way to share in video, an image, in podcast. How can you drop the seed, drop the tease that it's coming soon? Something that you're working on is coming soon. Can you do a PS? What can you do? A PS in an email, a video, an image, some questions. Just let people know something's actually coming. If you know a date, share that date. You decide. But today, I want you to make sure that you share what you're working on and when it's coming approximately. Okay, so if you want the rest of these Launch Love Challenge prompts, make sure to go to the link that's in the description of this video, and I will talk to you very soon. I'll see you in that next video. All right, thank you again for listening to this very special series and challenge month of the Fearless Launching Show. If you want to check us out on video, well, head on over to Instagram, follow me at Ansamoylove, and you can also find the link directly to this intro video in the show notes below. And one more thing, if you want that challenge guide all you have to do is go down to those show notes, click the link, and it's yours. And then you can work along with us, work ahead if you want, but regardless, you'll have that guidebook in your hot little hands. It's a workbook / guidebook. So there are spaces to do some work in it, and I think you'll love it, especially if you love having something to do every single day. I can only push you so much. So if you feel like you need another medium and another format to really dig into the work that I'm going to be sharing with you over this month, make sure to go to the show notes, click on the launch guide link, and download that. Otherwise, I'll see you in that next episode, and get ready for some more Launch Love challenges.